which is actually nice for playing rugby in. But overall, it's been an awesome day watching a lot of rugby and really getting a feel for the higher levels of rugby in high school. So, yeah, I'd say it's pretty awesome.
Kickoff. Wolverines deep in right inside the 22. And they start out with SOC. Will start off with the possession of the ball right inside the 35. They get to the forward pod. Already have a tackle. And they get it out to the back for the kick. And now we've identified the kicker on the team. Receive by the Wolverines. Bring down the field, a missed pass. The ball's pushed out of bounds. We'll see what the sir calls. Line out for SOC Raptors. Real quick, the ball was already just bounced right out. Oh, it was passed out of bounds. Kind of a miscalculation there, just starting off. Now they get the ball back out. Get to a forward. Good run. Try to get the steal there, but now Vincent's on a breakaway. He grates some ankles. Oh, no, he's stuck. They get on Jersey with an offload. And then a nice tackle right in front of the goal line. Now this is where things get a bit cheesy as it's getting real close. They're real close. All they're doing is pushing now. They just got to run it in hard. See if they can get the try. They're going with their forwards. And they start off the game with a try right off the bat. SOC Raptors. Nice little poke in there. So see that run by the number 15, Benaiah Jones. Got down there pretty quickly, and if it wasn't for that grab on the jersey, he would have made a try. But it was a nice offload there, but there was some good comeback defense, and the Wolverines able to pull them down right before, didn't let a breakaway try happen, and they had to fight back down for it. And the goal line.
Yeah, definitely some good goal line defense, although we're seeing that SOC has a pretty awesome kicker, definitely a strong leg, sending the ball way down there, and then a good run-up, and then also good tactics, forcing the ball out and then receiving the line out.
Number 10, William Briggs will be kicking. Runs up on it. It's kind of flat, but it goes through. Just got enough under it to put it over that middle bar. The crossbar, as some people would call it. Or the bar that you hit your head on if you're 7'4". But a brilliant kick. Now Wolverines will be already kicking off right off the bat.
Yeah, like I said earlier in this tournament, the first score is always the most important. So it's a little bit of a Debbie Downer for the other team to be scored upon, just in the first couple minutes. And then for the team that scored, it's definitely a little bit of a pick-me-up. Even as the rain starts a little bit and conditions aren't quite as beautiful for playing rugby, you still did just score, and it buoys you up, and then you see some really good rugby.
Scrum. There's a knock-on off the kickoff from one of the Wolverines players. He was not able to get the ball in his high kick, so he was able to recover right inside the 10, but he wasn't able to get his hands on it. That'll be a scrum for SOC. Ball's out. A nice hard hit from a big forward, and a pretty speedy one, if I may add. And he goes down the field, breaks a couple tackles. They're closing in on him. They're closing in fast. He runs with double stiff arms and dives in for the try. What a play. What a run from SOC Raptors. The man without a name on the roster sheet. That was just a good right off the scrum to get it to him. He ran a whole 50, 60 meters there. That'll get you on the NFL pretty easily, if I may add.
Yeah, those are the kind of people that they call the North and South men. They're running straight, and nobody's going to stop them.
It's pretty speedy North and South man.
Yeah, he's definitely very fast for a forward. It was quite amazing to watch. It was quite an epic run. A lot of broken tackles and a lot of people just kind of bouncing off of him.
And it's some good stiff arms, too, if I may add. Making another easy kick for their number 10, William Briggs. Shoot, that's their 11. Sorry. Redmond, Chelsea.
And the conversion is good, bringing the score up to 14-0.
It's pretty quick, I would say. It's probably only 3 minutes or so inside. They already got 2 tries, 2 conversions. It's way to start off a game strong. Wolverines going to get ready to kick it off. Puamu kicks it up. And this bounces into touch, which means only one thing. Well, I guess it could mean 2. There'll be a line out. Usually there would be a scrum at the 50, but here there'd be a line out. So it's the Sir's discretion, I guess. And there'll be a throw-in for Raptors. So far they've gotten everything, all the scrums, all the lineouts. To get him on the fake. Number 4, Caden Hartley will get the line out. Now they pass it out. Back to Chesley. Ball's dropped by the Wolverines, and he comes back inside, but they'll call him back for the knock-on. Fortunate play there for number 11, Puamu.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that SOC is going to have to watch for the dangerous play throughout the game. It seems like there's a lot of shoving going on, and, I'm not saying that it's on purpose, but I'm definitely saying that they're going to have to watch if they want to make it through this game without a lot of penalties, because this tournament has nearly zero tolerance policy. Excuse me.
And already a nice big run from the 8-man off the scrum. Hartley gets it out in a bit of a knock-on tip there. Number 12. And there'll be a first scrum here for the Wolverines as they seek to cook up something because they haven't really had the ball much. Now see what they can do on their offensive side.
Yeah, it seems like through this entire tournament, there's a lot of matchups where one team is pretty dominant and they score once or twice at the very beginning, and the other team doesn't really have the ball very much, but then they are able to keep the more dominant team from scoring for a long time.
Pumau puts it in the scrum. He's trying to get it back. It's a bit high there. And SOC will get the steal for the early drive. Well, the driving up. The scrum was pushed up by the Wolverines. Chesley, kick the touch. And then the touch it goes. A nice kick. Down inside the 10. This is when things get good. You can see here from the SOC Raptors where I'd like to see the up real close and great scoring position, and they maul. And the ball breaks off, and it goes down. Other passes it out. Chesley. Back out to the 15, Jones. He's tackled down. Arthur passes it back out to their number 1, Gilbert. Back to a forward. And he's still going, even though there are a bunch of red jerseys that just decided to hop on the ride. Now it's getting real close, real close. There's pushing in number 12. And he gets it. Number 12 will get the try. Name withheld. What a play. Onto that outside once they got that the ball out to their backs, and then they decide to start hammering at their forwards. That's a very, very common strategy we've been seeing here. They do have a really good structure, and they were showing it today, especially with that discipline, not trying to be a bit too jerky down there when there's a ruck.
Yeah, they were doing a good job of molding their forwards into their back line, so they'd pass it all the way out to the wing, and the wing would get it, and then pass it one guy back into a forward to try to smash it through the other team's smaller guys from their back line. So I'd say that's a pretty excellent technique coming from the Raptors.
That's going to be a decently hard kick here for Chesley. Really hard, right on the sideline. And he's taking it's not as hard of an angle as one may suspect, but it is a very difficult kick still because it's farther out. We can hammer this one through. Now it's a bit short. Good effort, though. Evan Chesley couldn't really quite get it. Now already 3 tries and 2 conversions into the game. The Wolverines have barely had possession of the ball, if at all had possession of the ball. So we have yet to see what their offense is like. Get ready for the quick off. Nemani kicks it off, and it's picked up by number 16. And he makes a pretty good run with some good meters there. Right off the bat. Ball's back out. The kick. It's got the distance, and it was undercalculated. Pumau cuts inside. Now we get to see some Wolverine offense. Ball's out to the wing. And we tackled down. Ruckor is picked up. Now there's on a break. He's on a break. The number 9, Pumau, with a chip kick. He got pushed a bit, and it goes into touch. And quite good. He got a good decision there, taking on the weak side. And now there'll be a line out. Now there'll be a line out to SOC Raptors, but this is inside Wolverine territory. Got to watch out now. These Wolverines will be on you. I know how much a Raptor could do against a Wolverine anyway, especially in that territory. You can see some aggressive defense here. The lineout is won by SOC Raptors, taken it by the 9, Arthur Talfo. Trying to get that counter going, but not quite there. Now they do a high kick, and it will go into touch. There'll be a line out here to the Wolverine Rugby Club. See if they can cook up off this line out, see if they can get anything going. The hooker, Nitin Prasad, throwing in. Just start making sure everyone's at 5 meters.
Yeah, it does look like this game is going to come down to lineouts and kicking. It does seem like very much a kicking game.
The ball's out. Picked up by the number 6. Doing blank. Now to get it to the backs. Fatai takes it into contact. To Lyndon Bailey. Now they get to a forward pod. 8-man. Pifiletti. And it looks like there's number 4, Hartley from the SOC tried to steal it. But the third didn't let him, diving in the ruck. Now Puamau take it inside. Now they're inside the 22. See if they can get anything going. Passes back out to Namani. Now it's kind of fumbled around by another back. Now to Fatai. He passes it back to Matatunga. Number 6 trying to play some scrum, having the ball stolen. But the serve will go back to a penalty advantage. And back they go. Off sides. Quick tap. And the ball's in. Gets it to number 3. Ashikology. And they go out to the back. Snemani will cut inside. Get tackled. And a strong ruck over on the Wolverines. Pending that poach. Bailey will go down. And looks like they're setting up a back line. Something on a back line. Looks like they're going to run at their forwards. First, a good catch there from Koloji. They get to their 6. Blank. And they're getting ever closer now. They're slowly running at their forwards. Trying to get something going. Some hop stuff coming from Pifiletti. Back out. Gets to the backs. It's going all the way out. Here's Masai Tonga. He goes down. But it's stolen. He goes for a chip kick, but it's to no avail. Looks like he slipped one of those turf monsters again. But here's a run. A nice hard run from the Wolverines. And he goes to stiff arm and places it right down the middle. Latu for the try. An excellent run there off the chip kick. That was a kind of a mistake there from number 20 on SOC.
Yeah, it's definitely a return of that awesome try that SOC had, so it looks like the teams are balancing it out just a little bit. Wolverines finally answering with a try of their own. It looks like they finally figured out if they use their big guys and really run straight and hard, then SOC isn't going to be as good at stopping them than if they use their small guys and try to cut across the field.
Indeed. And as we start off with a nice play there, the Wolverines, hopefully they'll get their momentum going. Score 19-5. And I'm just waiting for the drop kick. Drum roll, please. And he goes for it. Oh, an unlucky bounce off the post. Unlucky for Puamau. Couldn't quite get it there. But that's okay.
And the score will remain at 19-5. The Raptors are up.
Kind of sound like a cowboy there, Malachi.
Yeah, I've been told that before. Other people have actually told me that I sound like a nature broadcaster. Not sure if that's entirely true.
Maybe if you turn your voice a bit deeper, but other than that. But it's a kickoff. SOC will be kicking off for the first time here. And looks like ball wasn't called, but they decided to turn on some shifty a bit late. And they go for the kick. Kick from Nemani. Into no man's land. The chase is picked back up. What a play. Nemani offloads it again to the number 13, Latu, who scored that last try. Now you try and get something going, but they go for the poach. A good clear off. What a good play there from the Wolverines. Here's number 2. Kind of bubbles it forwards. Nitin Prasad. Couldn't quite get a handle on it. There'll be a scrum to ROC. SOC. Sorry.
The Wolverines have been able to force themselves into the Raptors' territory pretty early on in their offense by a pretty sweet kick and then excellent chase and picking up the ball again. It was unfortunate that was stolen from them, but I really think that they're going to do more of that throughout this game. They're showing that they're really not the inferior team.
A nice tackle there. Starting off this defense. A bit of a high kick. Picked up by Matai Tonga. He'll get tackled down. And a good ruck over from the 11. Huamau. Ball's back out to Asher Kolduji. Kind of a missed pass there, misinterpretation command. And it's picked up, and there will be advantage. And they'll go back to the place of the scrum. Touring is a huge part of the rugby experience, and there is no better group to organize your tour than Irish Rugby Tours. Whether you want to take your team to Ireland, the UK, continental Europe, South Africa, New Zealand, or even Australia, Irish Rugby Tours will find you competitive games, meaningful cultural experiences, and dedicated tour assistance. Go with the experts. IrishRugbyTours.com. Major League Rugby, the home of professional 15s rugby in the USA, is a supporter of the Boys High School Rugby National Championships. Follow your favorite team at majorleague.rugby and check out the MLR Rising Collegiate Pre-Draft Camp and game at majorleague.rugby/rising. Sir calls time off.
Yeah, we've only been watching the game for a couple of minutes, but I'd say it's a little bit of a slower game. Really not too much action. I know that there's been a lot of back and forth across the field, but kind of seems like the Raptors are doing a lot of the possession, and they're really just kind of smashing in and then kind of losing it right before they can make the try. I mean, they have made 3 tries, but seems like a lot of times they lose it around the 22, and then it gets kicked back, and then it just kind of restarts from there. It's not a lot of fancy stuff happening. Just very I don't want to say basic, because this is definitely high level rugby.
Yeah,
but
scrum, and SOC will win it. He got to the 12, to the 14. Lindemann down the field, and he goes around, and a nice little trip tackle there, but he'll go back up and go in for the try. Nope, he can't get it. He places it back. And they're going to run it in. An amazing run there from Lindemann. And a penalty, not releasing, awarded to the Wolverines. What defense? What goal line defense? Now that was really good. Really clutch defense there from the Wolverines. The kick, nice and high off the boomstick, and it bounces right on the line and touch. And there will be a line out to the Wolverines. Throwing in Nitin Prasad.
Yeah, that was an excellent kick. He kicked it barely past the 40-meter line. Really gave his team a lot of breathing room. And since they've been doing a decent job with their lineouts, if they can just keep possession of this, then they definitely have a good opportunity to make a play happen.
Looks like the SOC Raptors were too far inside the tunnel. They need to scoot to the side a bit more. Pass it up. And it's tackled into touch. His foot goes into touch. There'll be a line out to SOC. Some confusion again in the line out. And they walk in and they do a little step. And they go and he charges on in. Saw a little gap there. Asur with a nice duck as they pass the ball to number 06. Ball's back out. Get to the 12. Gets tackled down. Right at the 45. Arthur. We get to a forward and a nice pop pass there from number 4, getting it to Gilbert. They go right to the man. Arthur Taufu has it back out to the 15, doing some shifty work. The offloads it to Briggs. Tackle right on the sideline. Donnelly kind of drops the ball a bit. Looks like there's a bit of an offload. There'll be a scrum to the Wolverines. Another scrum yet again off of a little bit of a hands mistake. Accidents do happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. So Hakuna Matata.
They crouch, they bind, they set. It's a pretty low scrum, although it does dissolve pretty quickly.
And a nice tackle from Arthur. Now he finds a hole. Takes the hole. Off the jersey, offload a bit hard. Wasn't quite there. Picked up. Then they get to Matai Tonga. And the pass is a bit too hard. Back out of bounds. But that's okay. Be a line out there for SOC Raptors, which I believe stands for South Orange County.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're in the Tier 2 finals last year. Close loss.
Yeah, just because they didn't win doesn't mean that anything against their program or against their athletes. It was definitely some stiff competition, and they definitely play their heart out, just like I think almost every team does when you get up to that level and you're playing for the championship. Everybody's putting their heart out there, and you're not coming off the field with anything. Like for this game right now, it looks like SOC. It looks like they're having a pretty easy job of just kind of marching the ball down the field, but it can't really be that easy because you can see the Wolverines are really putting their all into stopping them, and they're doing an excellent job of stopping the Raptors. They're hitting hard on defense, and on offense they're running hard into the defense, and all around is just a lot of really good effort.
Very good effort all around, and that's what I like to see. That's what rugby kind of is. Just an all-effort sport. You either put all in or none in, and when you put none in, bad things happen. But when you're putting all in, it's really dangerous. Especially when we saw last game for the school St. Ignatius versus Harriman. It was quite a sight to see the aggressiveness that can come out of two teams. But anyway, here's the line out, and it's won by SOC. Ball's out. They get to Donnelly. And it's stolen. I don't know if they're going to call it, but they don't call it. And it looks like they're trying to do a one-hand fancy pass catch there and kind of dropped it. A good offload from Pifferletti, but it looks like he wasn't, the person he passed it to wasn't quite able to grab a hold of it.
Yeah, he kind of passed it into somebody who wasn't prepared for it at all, and they just kind of pushed it forward before they even realized what was happening. But with these scrums, while they are a little bit unsightly and they do tend to go upwards, they are pretty good scrums, and the Wolverines have proven that they can steal a scrum if their hooker just gets his foot a little bit out there and give him half a chance, and he will do it.
Spend a summer or a post-high school gap year learning and playing rugby at one of the most prestigious academies in South Africa. With the UXI Western Province International Rugby Institute, you can learn from the very best in Cape Town, South Africa. Follow in the footsteps of rugby greats and develop your skills in this great rugby nation. Learn more at greatfallsrugby.com/uxi-usa or email at garygreatfallsrugby.com. off the scrum and not releasing penalty awarded to the Wolverines. It looks like there's a cleat off on the field. Okay, but everything's okay now. High kick. Couldn't quite save it back in. But a good effort from number 14, Luke Lindemann. Line out to the Wolverines. Prasad throwing in again. Last thrown up, and it's one. Passes it back out, and they get to a forward. Their number 6, Dylan Blank. A nice hard run, getting up to the 50. Oh, he's gunning, and he's hold up a bit. And they got to go down with him, and he goes down. He'll keep possession of the ball. Ball's out. And they get to the backs. He's wrapped. Pivoletti's wrapped, then he goes down. They get to another forward, sorry. Back to the back line again, and there's some big tackles and a nice tackle from Donnelly. And they're kind of getting driven back here, so they decide to box kick. Nice and high, rains in the arms of Benaiah Jones. And here's Jones. Gonna get tripped up there. A nice tackle. Nice forward run there from the north and the south man. The man. Ball's back out. The kick's into touch. And the sort will call halftime. That was a pretty eventful first half with some nice scores right off the bat from SOC and a little nice one from the number 13 from the Wolverines, Latu. He had a nice little try there, a good run right off a chip kick from the other team. That kind of got messed up. But there's some really good effort from both teams here. And Malcolm, what do you think?
Well, I'd say it started off a little bit slow, but then it started picking up again, and they kind of cut back on the sloppiness. I mean, there's still a mistake here or there, but it's becoming, real rugby, real exciting rugby to watch. So I'd say, yeah, definitely a good first half. Hopefully there's more of it in the second.
All right, I'm Elijah Hall.
I'm Malcolm Martin, and we'll see you after these messages.
I chose to take Thorne supplements over another brand because they're sports backed. The products are also top of the line and they also taste great. It's important that the substances athletes take are tested for banned substances. One, because you want to make it a fair, even game, especially with the other players. And you want to make sure what you're putting into your body as an athlete is clean, researched, science-based, and it's healthy for you. So you want to put good in and get good out.
Yeah, Thorne has helped me a lot, especially in the last couple of months. I've had to pack on some weight to be able to play in this league, and I think taking creatine and protein every day and adding in a couple other things has made me a better athlete, a bigger athlete, stronger athlete, and just overall prepared me well. So I take creatine every morning when I first wake up. It's kind of like my checklist or part of my routine. I usually have a protein shake, a Thorne whey as well, so I usually just throw it in there or throw it in with some BCAAs. Whey protein definitely makes my life easier because I can come straight off the gym, straight off the pitch, and it takes 30 seconds to mix up a protein shake and get down some extra protein.
To understand the game in its fullest, you need to understand what's happening to the ball.
Gilbert is synonymous with every major event that's happened in our sport.
The ball is the conductor of the orchestra. We put a tiny microchip inside the ball. We're getting location information from the ball. Speed, spin, distance, trajectory, hang time.
The technology and the innovation behind this ball is truly a game changer.
My name is Alex Goff, and I am passionate about the sport that you love. I have been covering the sport of rugby in the United States for over 25 years. I've got a website. It's called golfrugbyreport.com. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X. You can find me on Facebook as well. And you can find me on YouTube. And you'll find me talking to players in high school, players in college, international players, major stars, major movers and shakers in the game. We do rankings. I've been ranking college teams for over 20 years. I've been ranking high school teams for over 15. We have a little fun. We talk about some touchy subjects. We talk about the game you love. You find it at golfrugbyreport.com.
May is Mental Fitness Month.
Major League Rugby has partnered with USI Insurance Services and Looseheads
in a united effort to tackle the stigma.
Together, we are committed to changing the game
with the mission of placing a mental health lead in every rugby club
around the world.
Let's get ready. Major League Rugby is now.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year.
The Rugby Network is giving you all the free MLR content you want, live and on demand. Never miss a hit, never miss a try, never miss your team. MLR on TRN. Never miss a match.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this second half of this SOC Raptors versus the Wolverines Rugby Club. I'm Elijah Hall. I'm here with Malachi Martin. How are you, Malachi?
Well, I'm slightly a little bit better than at the beginning of the first half. I'm a little bit more psyched about this game. I've seen what both these teams can do, and I got to say I'm pretty excited about that. I've seen a lot of good stuff from both the SOC Raptors and the San Mateo Wolverines. And I got to say, they really got the stuff. They both have good tacklers, good runners, good passing, and as we can see, good kicking. So I think altogether it comes together into a pretty epic rugby game.
Indeed. I'm going to start off with the Wolverines ball, box kick. Nice and high and mighty. Through the cloudy clouds. Picked up by Jones. He'll kick it right on back. Now there's going to be a kicking war going on. But no, Puamal will get it to Mataitonga. Sends a spiral kick, and it gets the bounce. The 8-man will pick it up. Now they're getting ready to tackle. Start off with a little step and then a Superman dive over the unsuspecting player. Donnelly. Nice hard run on the side. And a nice strong ruck. The kick from Chesley. It rolls down the field. Now it seems like there's quite a bit of kicking here in this beginning of the second half. And now they're going to go down the sideline. Here he goes down the field. Nisa. He comes back inside. He's in the clear. That boy can really carry the mail, and he dives in for a try. Nisa for the Wolverines. Turns the tides. Shifts the chords. This is one way to start off a second half that you want to start it off as.
Yeah, the second half is almost like a completely clean slate for some teams, and if you can start off the second half well, then you can certainly end it well. And while they did start off with a deficit of 19 points, They've come back with 2 tries, one of them, which we just saw, for 10 points. And if they can make this conversion, then it'll bring them up to 12 points and within a try of tying. And then just a couple points later, they can beat the Raptors.
Some good stuff already right off the bat. There's really good communication on the outside for the Wolverines. That offload to Nisa, that was not suspect. There was 2 offloads there. The first one when he got the first tackler, and the second time when he got the second tackler to commit, he offloaded it right onto Nisa, and he was able to take it right on the sideline, and nobody could catch him. He turned on the afterburners, so to speak.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome how they can do that sometimes. They start running, and then suddenly they just have this amazing burst of speed that just comes out of nowhere.
And there's Matai Tonga.
Looks like the conversion was no good, leaving the score at 19-10. The South Orange County Raptors are leading.
And a nice kick from the line judge to get the ball outside.
Anyways, the Raptors take their time before finally kicking off.
Chesley will kick it up, and looks like 2 Raptors went for it. Weren't able to get it, and the Sir will give the knock-on advantage. Ball's passed out. It looks like there's some good rucking going on. Everyone's all in. And they get out to the backs. It cuts back inside. Nice little run there from Fatai. But they go back to the penalty off the knock-on. And the Sir will call a scrum. Right off the bat, there's another scrum.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of scrums throughout the game. I'm not sure if it's just sloppiness, trying to get the ball out fast, or if it's miscommunication. But whatever it is, whoever commits it can definitely be a game changer in a bad way for them. You don't have the time or the space or the points on the board to afford a knock on for either team.
Crash Pine set. They're all in. Ball's out. They get it to the backs, kind of bounce around by Fatai. Now they get it out. Matai Tonga. He's down the field with great burst of speed, and he gets it right back to Nisa. Nisa down the field. He's being caught up to by Lindemann, but he goes in with a try. Nisa with another one, and a beautiful offload from Matai Tonga. That was a beautiful play right off the scrum. The electricity over here is insane. Fans go crazy. Thunder claps in the air. Actually, it didn't clap, but it would have been cool if it did.
It's the thought that counts. Anyways, yeah, they've brought the score up to only a 4-point difference. The Wolverines are really catching up now. If he can make this conversion kick, then it'll be 17-19, and they'll only be down by 2. One penalty kick for points will put them in the lead.
Puma's kicking hasn't been so hot lately. 0 for 3. But he can always change that. Matani Puamau going for his 4th kick today. 3 steps back. 1, 2 to the side. Get that hamstring stretch. And it's a bit off to the side. That's just a bummer. His first kick was probably the most aggravating one. It went right off the goalpost. And the inside of the goalpost, too, except it just bounced straight down. The bad spiral. And that's okay. Every little thing will be all right.
Yeah, the SOC Raptors, they started off really fast and they played hard, but it looks like they're calming down a little bit, and maybe they're realizing that their opponent isn't quite the cakewalk that they were expecting and that they kind of had at the beginning of the game.
They could have put melatonin in those halftime oranges. Now there's already a nice run there. Oh, and he breaks away. Now he saw a little bit, and he makes it. He comes back inside, and he's running down. He turns on some speed. Boom! Mateni Buamo will get the try. What a fake, what a move, what a run. 3 right off the bat, and they immediately take the lead in this second half, 20-19. Now that was just like, I think that's probably the run of the day.
That's got to. I don't even see how he broke through. It looked like the defensive line was doing fine, and then suddenly he was just on the other side of it.
He teleported onto the other side. There's no other explanation.
Well, that's definitely a very, very convenient skill to have in rugby. I don't know what he did, but he blasted through that line and then just left everyone in his dust.
Now Matai Tonga will kick this bad boy. See if we can get it through the uprights. Getting ready to fix his boomstick. Aims it towards the middle. Runs up. Fires it. And it's through. Matai Tonga for the Wolverines. Puts on the 2 points. 22-19. Very eventful here. And this right off of the bat in the second half. 3 tries from the Wolverines, all splendidly fancy ones, and getting a nice long run, probably 50 meters each if you were to give an average.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going through the Raptors' heads right now, if they're kind of beating themselves up for that. I think that it's really just kind of a fluke that he even made it past and then a lucky break.
At least that's probably what, yeah, it might be it. Number 12, what's he going to do? Is he going to place it? No, he kicks it right on back. Now the chase. Now this is when Badiah Jones gets to show off some stuff. Well, I guess he showed off how good a knock-on he can do. And now the ball will be reattained by repossessed, the ball is being got by the Wolverines. Box kick. High and mighty. Bounces up high. We'll see if Jones can make up for his mistakes. Race 1 tackle. Gets tackled down. He caught the ball. A nice clear there for the number 12. Now they get it to the forwards. Now it seems like in this game that whoever has the possession of the ball the longest is going to win. Well, I mean, yeah. Whoever has the possession of the ball the longest, as we've been seeing here in the first half, SOC Raptors have had an amazing ball possession in the first half. And then now that the Wolverines have had possession of the ball, they've been doing some good stuff, some cool stuff. And now a nice tackle out of bounds. The Wolverine line out.
Yeah, maybe it's just that each team's offense is just a tad bit better than the other team's defense. So once they get the ball, it just takes them a couple phases to then break through the line and really make some meters, even if they don't make the try, but they can still get a lot of territory. But whereas when they're on defense, then they struggle a little bit to contain the other team.
That's probably why they do all that kicking. Now as the lineout's one. And Puamau will be tackled down. Then the ball's back out. He gets a blank. He bats it to the other Puamau. Oh, foul move. Kind of a hesitation there, but there's a kick. High, caught by number 23. He drops it forwards. And the serve will call back for the knock-on. Right off the bat, going into the game, I guess you got some serious nerves, especially when you're playing in a national championship. Number 23 probably just had a bit of a heart attack maybe when the ball came his way, but maybe it was a good heart attack, an adrenaline rush, but he probably thought too hard about it. It's about the equivalent of missing a wide open layup in basketball. Probably like missing a jump shot. It's kind of hard to catch a kick sometimes. In any case, they're going to put the ball in the scrum. They went, set, ball's in. There'll be one. And right off the bat, they're going for a tackle. They get to Puamau. Offload to Latu. And he's still going with it. And there will be a penalty awarded to Wolverines, not rolling away. Tackler must roll away after he's tackled the player. Here's number 6. Looks like they're going for the angles now. A better strategy if you're trying to tackle someone. A whirly-twirly tackle. That's a rare tackle you don't really see very often. Now it's a long pass. Matai Tonga can't get a hold of it, but it's picked up by his teammate Nisa. And a hard clear, what we weren't ready for. We need tackle by Nemani. And it'll be SOC possession. Chesley will kick it right back. Matai Tonga. Right underneath it. He decides to go in to contact. Yep, and there's the high tackle penalty call.
Yeah, that not rolling away call almost cost the Raptors dearly just a couple of minutes ago when the Wolverines were knocking on the try line, but then they were able to regain possession of it and get it a good kick, which was good. But then they did with that high tackle. You really can't afford any penalties when you're down by 3 points. So they really gotta focus on those penalties. They can't be committing those, or else it could be the difference between winning or losing.
Kind of a high tackle on Matai Tonga. It'll be a Wolverines penalty. Talking to the captains, the server talks to the captains about the high tackles most likely. And they're going to kick the touch. At least it would appear that they're going to kick the touch. Yes, they're going to kick the touch. Puamau sends one high and mighty. And yes, it will be a Wolverines line out at the 40.
I think that the Raptors will be able to redeem themselves from this lineup. They've proven that they're quite good at stealing lineouts and turning them to their own advantage. And they are slightly better at getting the ball out their back line than the Wolverines are.
So it'll blow his whistle. There's an error, it would appear. Somebody was not in the place they're supposed to be. Premier Rugby Sevens is committed to developing the next generation of rugby talent and expanding the sports across the nation. Through upcoming camps and event nationwide, young players can enhance their skills and reach the next level. Join PR Sevens for their inaugural development camp in Kansas City from July 23rd to the 25th. Now here's a breakaway from number 5. Ball's back at number 4. He takes it in. Lyndon Bailey. Ball's back out. Number 6. Dylan Blank. As they get in close. He gets astrology. Looking for an opening, looking for a little gap. And they pass it back out to the backs. And they get it to Mataitanga. And they're trying to keep it in bounds, and they're doing a good job at it. So he gets penalty for high tackle. Humau cuts inside. He's finally brought down. We're going to need some aggression. Got to be aggressive and relentless. Chip kick. Picked up, and he places it in the try zone, but they go back to the penalty for the high tackle. Sort of calls time off.
Well, it seems like the Wolverines have certainly found their rhythm after about a half. Took them the entirety of the first half to really, get into that groove. But now it seems like they're really smashing. They're doing a good job breaking through the Raptors' defense, and they're really smashing. And it's almost like the Raptors just can't get a hand on them, really can't tackle them. And they're and to top that off, the Wolverines are doing an excellent job with offloading and really forcing the Raptors to commit a couple tacklers to a guy, and then they offload it and open up a hole for another Wolverine to really take it.
That's right, there'll be a water break real quick for the injury timeout. Looks like now they're going to go. See if they're going to go soon. SOC Raptors are ready to go. Might have been just a cramp. Now the Wolverines are ready. Taking in the contact to start cooking some sandwiches. The quick tap. A nice hard run from Pipiletti. He puts it in. The circle will call the try. And an amazing put down. And an amazing play from the big number 1, Devin Fa'aumu. A great play. Getting that try. Coming back big time. 27-19. Now that's a big comeback play right there. A strong play.
Yeah, I'd say it's for certain now that the Wolverines have really dropped into the groove. Although maybe after these couple of tries that have just gone completely unanswered by the Raptors, maybe the Raptors will snap out of their own stupor and really start playing like they used to.
Indeed.
I mean, it is hard for a team at the beginning, to be, it seems like everything's going well, and then you just kind of snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
The old Master Martin quote. Lining up his kick. Looks like Pumau. Only going for another one. Looks like he's almost ready to go. Stepping back. He's got some height. Doesn't quite get the distance. And SOC Raptors will be coming and running back. Trying to cook up something spicy. They're going to need to cook up something spicy if they're going to want to win this race.
Yeah, they've got a 6-point lead now, the Wolverines do. But as we've seen, that lead can easily be decimated by a couple of plays going one way or the other.
Picked up by Paumu. Sorry, Puamau. And they go for a box kick. Picked up by number 20, the man. He breaks a tackle. He breaks another tackle. He goes down, and the ball is flung out of in the touch. It looks like it was off the hands of a Wolverine, though. It'll be a SOC lineout. And we'll see this again. Now that SOC has possession of the ball, we'll see what they try and what they come up to do. Because like I was saying, there's quite a bit in this game. If you have possession of the ball, it seems like you're just going to score. And because you receive the ball at every kickoff after you score, you're going to keep scoring. That's what we saw with SOC, where they just kept getting the ball and they kept keeping possession of the ball, and then they kept scoring until that one good play from the number 13, Latu, when he stole it off a bad chip.
Yeah, it definitely seems like this game is more of an offensive game, and it's who can possess the ball longer. So what it does come down to is the penalties. Whoever commits the most penalties will be, in effect, giving the ball the most to the other team.
South Orange County lineout. Raptors. Lineout's thrown in. Looks like there's some silly business going on in there. And there will be back out to, and a stolen. Will be stolen by the Wolverines. But it seems like SOC is not very happy about that, as they start doing some active tackles. And a nice little step there. Lyndon Bailey. The kick. Now it's high to number 23. He catches it and comes back inside. Now this is a shifty man. Now he's in the clear. No, he's got one player he has to deal with. He goes back inside. Smeared. Right on the try-zone line. Getting close, though. Now this is the momentum that SOC needs. They're right on the verge of scoring. Excelsior ever upward. They got all their forwards in on this. Let's see how the goal line defense of the Wolverines holds up. Slow and steady. Disciplined. Disciplined. Penalty, offsides, awarded to SOC. Look, it looks like they're going to try and run it in.
Yeah, it took them 6 phases before they got that penalty. So maybe with this extra bit of breathing room that they were just awarded, they can really cook something up.
There's going to be a scrum at the 5-meter line. That's going to be interesting. It's a SOC scrum, but the Wolverines can steal a scrum. And Wolverines also have some pretty good defense. But it seems to me that the Wolverines will try to run up on the offense, and it looks like there might be an 8-man pick here. I don't know if they'll probably just get it to the man. But the man drops it. Knock on. Penalty advantage awarded to the Wolverines. And they get it out to the backs. Now they need to get it all the way out. Long pass. And here is Mataitonga. He'll take it down. Now they're outside of 22. A bit of offsides. And the ball was kicked and it's picked up. The ball was dropped a bit. And so we'll go to the knock on. And it'll be a Wolverines scrum. Now it's really good defense off the scrum. The intimidation factor there from the Wolverines charging up on number 20. Looks like he's a bit too eager to do some smashing.
Yeah, and just about the smashing, it looks like we're having some pretty good rucking and counter-rucking some pretty hard hits, some pretty brutal hits. You know, both sides are definitely putting a lot into the rucking, and we've seen a few poaches and a lot of turnovers. They crouch, they bind, they set.
You both know the routine. But it looks like it's stolen by SOC. They get a chance to do a little something they haven't been able to do this entire second half. They get to 06. Now he does a couple twirly whirlies before he goes down. They get it to the man. Little breakdancing move there by the number 9 before he goes in to break the ball out. And some very valiant rucking going on from number 16. Now they get to the very speedy man. Offload to number 19. And he's down in a quick, nice record from Caden Hartley. Arthur passes it out to the number 7, Abita. Arthur to Chesley. To number 16. Nice hard run. The man. Passes it out to Chesley. He drops it. Well, there's a penalty advantage. This is getting intense. The man will get tackled. A brilliant tackle from the number 10, Nemani. Now there's some desperate defense now. The part of the Wolverines. They cannot let it. The man slipped through. The ball's dropped. It's picked up again. Knock on penalty advantage. There's some serious nerves going on here. And so we'll call the scrum. Matai Tonga in the backfield. Looks like he's trying to stretch something out. Maybe it's a little cramp, hopefully. And so we'll call time off. Major League Rugby, the home of professional 15s rugby in the USA, is a supporter of the Boys High School Rugby National Championships. Follow your favorite team at majorleague.rugby and check out the MLR Rising Collegiate Pre-Draft Camp and game at majorleague.rugby/rising. Sub coming in for SOC, number 18. Coming in for a certain SOC player. Coming in for the 8-man, whose name is withheld. And a nice squeeze, a nice low scrum. It looks like it got decimated right off the bat. But they will keep it in a nice run there from Latu. We've been seeing this all day. His good running, his quick shiftiness on the inside and out, making it really hard, if not impossible, to be tackled. Number 23, Speedy Gonzalez, gets right on back. The Cyril blows whistle. Penalty awarded to the Wolverines. Mateni Puomau will decide what to do on this situation. Looks like he's getting his kicking leg ready to do some kicking. Or is he going to quick tap it? Now this is a mystery story in itself. Okay, he'll kick it. And it's a boom boom right on the 50. No, right in front of the 50. That'll be a line out to the Wolverines. Prasad, Nitin Prasad throwing in for the Wolverines. getting ready to do some stuff. And they'll throw it right to their first forward, and the sir will call a free penalty. Must have been offsides in the line out or something like that. In any case, they get it to a back, 0-6. And if he's not a back, he's got back-like maneuvers. Here, Chesley. Chesley will cut inside and gets tackled down. Nice quick run from Caden Hartley. Another knock on. You can see the frustration there from the SOC team. You see Sue Arthur kind of shaking his head there. All these knock-ons kind of driving him crazy. But then from knock-ons come more knock-ons. You just got to let it go. Because the main things in sports that go wrong is all because of the mental side of things. Usually when things are going well, things will continue going well. But if something goes wrong, got to overcome that. Here's a scrum. Kind of a missed ball there, but Arthur's right on it. Nice run from Hartley. He'll gain a couple meters. They get to the man. He runs over somebody. And an offload. It's number 21 off the back of a Wolverine. Get to 0-6. Now he's really good at breaking that first tackle, getting on the inside, but Wolverines need to get ready. On that end, there's a foul. Offsides. Penalty awarded to SOC. Oh, there. Here's number 16. A nice tackle there. Good hard tackling here from Wolverines. Some good defense. Here's number 20. Arthur gets out to Chesley. Passes it to the number 12. He held him by only a jersey. Now he's pumping his way closer. Getting his team ever closer to the try line. He gets to the man. The man. A nice team tackle. Held down by Latu and the 8-man. He hits number 18. And he drops the ball forward. And that is the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolverine Rugby Club will get the W on today's Viz Blaze match, semifinals match. An amazing play there, an amazing win from the Wolverines. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that they came back from 19-0 to win 27-19, 27 unanswered points, which I think is pretty awesome from a team. I was definitely doubting the Wolverines at the beginning of this match, but they definitely proved me wrong, much to my enjoyment, actually.
Indeed. And we've been very excited to see these amazing runs from people like Matai Tonga and Puamau with their amazing plays, and Nisa especially. And of course, the number 13, Latu, and some good stuff from the forwards. And also from the SOC Raptors, the scrum half did a pretty good job. Arthur did a pretty good job. Chesley's kicking was pretty good.